Race 2, Norisring, Zero Racing. To clear that up, this is the Zero Racing round 2 of the season 3. And this is race 2 from the Norisring for the weekend. And we'll run through the grid. On pole, we have the number 84 Mercedes of Rick Martel, the number 99 Audi of Michael Magasevic alongside, the number 7 BMW is P3, Tom Waz, the number 5 Audi, complotes row 2. Row 3, Matt Wheeler in the number 6 Mercedes and the number 31 Wes Stokes BMW. The number 13 BMW and the number 53 Audi, that's Mike Mark and Ben Schwari. And then the guys who led the way in race 1, the number 17 of Carl Raggio and the number 48 of Alessio DeBonis. Due to a server glitch, Alessio will start behind Carl, despite Carl having won the race. Back row, all BMW, the number 11 of Mark Labzul and the number 18 of Dule Markovic. Let's kick this off. Rick Martel has historically had a bit of a problem starting away from the grid, so this is going to get interesting. And they're off. Neither of the front row guys getting a particularly good start. It looks like Martel will retain the lead heading into corner 1. A lot of interesting thing. Matt Wheeler is zipping through the grid. Good work for him. And Magasevic takes the inside line. And despite not outstarting, Rick Martel will take the lead into corner 1. Martel is up there with Wheeler. And then the BMWs of Mike Mark and Wesley Stokes breaking up the top 5. Tell you who got off to a really bad start here is Jim Gill. He's gone to the very back of the pack after starting from P3. That's not great. That's not great at all. Wheeler is making his move to become top Mercedes, getting around Rick Martel. Oh, and Martel veers off into the side. That's terrible news for him. He did not have a good race 1 and was looking for a little redemption. We'll see if Wheeler can make it stick here. He is the winner of the Bathurst Sprint Race. He's had another great start here. Getting a little physical with Magasevic, but eases his way around into lead. Wes Stokes is 3rd. Carl Raggio coming through the grid. He's now up to 4th in the number 17 Audi. He was the winner of race 1, so look for him to be a mover and a shaker in the near future. Mike Mark is in 5th, but he has lost it. Looks like he'll retain the position, though. No one quite close enough. Tom Waz is down in 6th place in the Audi Red Bull car. Alessio DeBonis is down in P7. Then it's Dule Markovic, Jim Gill, Ben Schwari had a bad start, and Rick Martel having some problems. Mark Klapzul at the back of the pack. Klapzul had a good start by the looks of it. He was up in the mix for a little bit. Wheeler is now up in front. This looks kind of similar to the Bathurst Sprint Race when Wheeler got to the front and Magasevic wound up being a bit of a cork in the bottle. We'll see if that happens again here. The number 99 Audi has not been particularly quick here at the Norisring. But he hasn't been particularly mistake heavy. So let's see what he can do. Carl Raggio now up to 3rd place. He's gotten around Wes Stokes. He's still got the BMW of Stokes and Mark in there for company. We'll see if Magasevic decides to let through the Audi team leader, Carl Raggio, and he does. Raggio up into 2nd place now. Magasevic, P3, P4 for Mark, P5 for Stokes, P6 for DeBonis, P7 for Waz across the line. And then behind Waz, it's going to be P8 for Ben Schwari, P9 for Jim Gill, and P10 for Dule Markovic. Rick Martel, Mark Klapzul currently out of the points. Wheeler up in front. Mike Mark has gotten through at the first corner on Magasevic. It's Mercedes, Audi, BMW, a good mix in the top 3. Magasevic is still hanging on for life. No, he's not. He's had a problem. He has disappeared. Where has the number 99 car gone? I see him recovering from an accident here. Let us see what happened, because he was P3 at the beginning of this lap. He had some pressure coming from Mike Mark, who had gotten around him. Looks like there may be something here with Wesley Stokes. What do we got here? They're coming into the chicane. Stokes goes for the inside move. Contact. I can't fault Stokes for that. Can't fault Stokes for that. Magasevic just trying to stay off the marbles, and can't blame him for that either. But that's gonna be contact, and I think that might be the number 99's Audi's chance at some big points gone as he rejoins in 11th place. Up in front, Matt Wheeler is cruising in the lead. Due to that contact, the train following was broken up a little bit. Mike Mark and Carl Raggio, who were ahead of it, are battling fiercely over second place. Mark is looking to the outside, Carl looking to the inside. That's academic. If Raggio gets this stopped, and he does. Not a pass to be made there without the inside line. Alessio DeBonis picking his way through the grid, passing Wes Stokes for P4. Stokes back to 5th. 6th is Waz. 7th is Ben Schwari. I feel Schwari is looking to get through there pretty quickly. Waz is not. Oh, and Waz, I think he lost it on his own. I'm not sure. But that's going to give 6 over to Schwari. Waz, Gill, Markovich, Martel, Magasevich, and Clap Zool running off the field. Wheeler is losing ground at a pretty quick rate here to Carl Raggio. He had a much larger lead at the end of that last lap. And there's a lot of time left. Wheeler was only 6th in race 1, and I mean, he kept with the lead group, but was never really part of it. He was kind of just part of his own chasing group, largely on his own eventually. Don't really know if he has the pace, if Raggio can keep the pace up to resist the Audi championship leader here being able to get around. DeBonis is in 4th place, 5th place for Stokes, 6th place for Schwari, 7th is Waz, who's under pressure now from Jim Gill. These two actually were having a pretty good battle even in race 1, although Waz eventually wound up quite a ways ahead of Gill, finishing P7 to Gill's P8. They're right back where they were, actually. Markovich has gotten into 9th, so hopefully he can hold on. He had some problems in race 1. Magasevich is still on a recovery from that spin with Wes Stokes. Wheeler's still in the lead. Carl Raggio, oh, contact with the wall. That's going to be a problem. He's got no momentum coming out of this corner, and the BMW Mike Mark is all over him in the chicane. He does have the inside line. I'm not sure if there's really a pass on there. We'll see, though. He gets a little bit unstable in that chicane. This is a beautiful three-way fight now for second place as Alessio DeBonis is in this as well. The Audi's taking the inside of turn 4. Mark is on the outside. And oh, Mark is actually far from gaining in place. Mike Mark is the one that loses a spot. Alessio DeBonis in one corner coming up from 4th to 2nd. A fantastic move from the young Italian. This looks like a great battle still going on. And you can see in the background a battle for 5th place also. Wes Stokes is under pressure from Ben Schwari. They head into the chicane. Not much has been happening into the chicane without a mistake, to be honest. They make their way through. Looks like this is settled down for now, but we will see what happens in the long term. James Gill and Dule Markovich have gone through, and Martel have gone through on Tom Waz. He's had a problem. Tom Waz has definitely had a moment. He was P7. Now down to P10 in the 2015 spec car. Should have mentioned the spec cars haven't been particularly different. Matt Wheeler's been pretty competitive in the 2015 Mercedes, and Waz has been really plugging it up pretty well in the 2015 Audi. Let's see what happened to him, though. Looking. By the way, this looks like actually a fantastic battle shaping up for 8th place. Jim Gill and Martel both, I think, have the pace advantage here, but they haven't really been able to apply it. Oh, looks like it's a turn 1 incident here for Waz. Yeah, okay. So, while we were not looking, Jim Gill had gotten really close to Tom Waz and just collects him at turn 1. That's rough for the number 5 Audi, that's for sure. You got to feel his pain. He slips back to 10th place off of that. In the meantime, Matt Wheeler enjoying the lead. Fortuitous off of Carl Raggio's mistake. This is, by the way, a replay of the DeBonis move to take 2nd place. Nothing special. Really, Raggio just got wide and lost it, and Mike Mark, who had been trying to get around Raggio, was unable to slam the door shut on DeBonis. Markovic is looking very racy here in race 2. A P12 result in race 1. He's in 8th. He's having a fantastic race 2. Right now, all over the back of fellow BMW driver Jim Gill, and gets a little out of shape in the entry to turn 1 there. That's going to keep that move from happening. A lot of rear wing on the BMW, so to see him struggle in the braking zones is kind of a concern, because you got to think that that's where that car should be settling the best. Martel was rounding off the points positions in 9th and 10th place. Can't really see 11th and 12th anywhere. Looks like Gill's going to hold it for now. I don't foresee that heavy-winged BMW can make a move on the straightaway leading into corner 1 until the braking zone. Wheeler's still leading at the front, getting a little out of shape at the chicane there. Let's see what Alessio DeBonis has got for him, though. I feel like DeBonis might be the man on the move. He may be the danger man here in the Audi. Raggio still holding on to 3rd place, but it seems like Raggio here in race 2 just doesn't have the most settled of cars. He's shaking around a little bit too much. Got to think that this could be a problem for him. He's got 2 BMWs on his tail and Ben Schwari in the number 53 Audi, the orange car there at the back. This is, I think, shaping up for a good battle as they're catching the leader again. Keep in mind, Wheeler was at the back of this train in race 1. He was the slowest on average. So you got to feel that these cars behind him are faster and could potentially catch him. Catching and passing are 2 different things. We have to see if they can do that. Raggio seems to have settled and has kind of gotten a little separation from Mike Mark. Wes Stokes, by the way, getting beaten on turn 1 by Ben Schwari there, who's got DRS. This is a fantastic spot for the number 53 Audi. He has DRS. He's made the pass. He's the man going forward right now. Although Wes Stokes coming up the inside, just as I'm saying that, Wes Stokes is going to take the spot back. Great move by the BMW driver, but the DRS still favors Schwari. I wonder if that was good timing for the BMW, because he probably needs a DRS on the front straight to really hold on to this position. Schwari is going in. He's going to have the inside line to turn 1. I don't see this. Yeah, he has this done even before the turn. Great battle here for 5th place between Stokes and Schwari. Could be a really interesting battle there long term. Jim Gill, Martel, Markovic has fallen back. I kind of expected to see that happen. We'll see what happens here on the long run as Tom was trying to make up ground after his collision with Jim Gill. And whoa, very close to contact there in the battle for 8th position. Getting a little heated. Tom was, I don't think there's really anything here in the chicane, but we'll see what he can do coming out of it. Oh, there's contact. There's contact. Tom was taking out Markovic, and Makizevich is going to get taken out by Markovic as well. Oh, it is terrible. Waz is going to go through into 8th place, but I can't see how the race stewards would ignore that move. That was downright ugly in that turn there. And Carl Raggio spun around. We'll have to look at that as well. But let's have a look at this from Dule Markovic's point of view. This incident here. Coming out of the chicane, he's holding on to 9th place against Tom Yes, 9th place against Tom Waz. And let's have a look-see here. What do we got? What does this look like? So here we are. He's coming out of the turn 1. Good. Makizevich there you can see in the background. He's going to get caught up in this as well. The innocent party. And yeah, just not a great run out of the corner. And he's going to back into Makizevich, who's going to lose it there as well. That's got to be painful. So let's see here. Let's see how this shakes up. Waz has gotten away. Ken Clap-Zool make up some ground. He's really been the forgotten man in this whole thing. And he's going to hit Makizevich. Oh, the number 99 car must be absolutely livid right now, having had contact with 2 separate BMWs. Dule Markovic on the spin out, and then Mark Clap-Zool. Oh, that's got to be heartbreaking. Just truly heartbreaking. He was in a good spot. Now we also know that we had a problem here for Carl Raggio, who was slipped back from 3rd to 6th. I believe this is a spin out of the first corner. that we're about to see here. It looks like Mike Mark has also dropped back, by the way, as well. Perhaps he was caught up in this as well. So at this point, it looks like they've already lost out to Wes Stokes and Ben Schwarry. I wonder if there's even an incident further back. Let's take this even further back. Raggio right there, just spinning out, losing the back end in the corner there. But these two cars were in P3, P4. They're now down to P5, P6. I gotta think that something happened here between the number 31 and the number 17. And yeah, indeed, it looks like it did. It looks like it did. There they are, trailing Alessio DeBonis. Actually, really good pressure on DeBonis even at the time. Let's see what happens here. He just kind of loses it and then collects Mike Mark. Just a rough day a little bit here for Carl Raggio, who undoubtedly has the pace. As we get caught up in the action here again between Magasevich, Markovic, Klapzul, and Waz. Let's have a look at this Klapzul incident again. He goes for a move around the outside. I'm not sure that's the most advised move, but Magasevich was definitely slow coming into the corner, having recovered from his own incident. I don't know, something to look at. It's definitely a bit of a nasty business and just a really unfortunate way for Magasevich's race, who was already compromised with an earlier contact with Wes Stokes, to now be even further back. It's got to hurt. Matt Wheeler, by the way, is coming up to the blue flag zone, and DeBonis has got all kinds of pressure coming for Wheeler. He is definitely the faster car in the number 48 Audi. What can he do? Don't think anything quite yet. Wes Stokes, Ben Schwarry, Mike Mark, Carl Raggio, James Gill, Rick Martel, Tom Waz, Mark Klapzul is in the final points paying position right now. Although you feel with the way his pace has been all this race, you got to imagine he's not going to be able to stay there for very long. He's definitely been the slowest car on the track. Hasn't really seemed to find a setup that suits him. He's a little bit of a ragged driver, so the end of the races tend not to be his particular helpful suit anyways. Magasevich is going for the inside here at turn 1, and he's through easy. Although the cutback is going to go to Klapzul, but yeah, the just general pace of that BMW doesn't seem to be up to par, as he's got Markovic and Magasevich all over the back of him. The two Slavic drivers are coming on hard. Mistake there in the chicane, and the DRS coming in from Magasevich. You got to think there's a pass here heading into P4, and oh! Into the wall! Magasevich! This has been a terrible race for the number 99 Audi crew. And Klapzul collects himself into the wall. Through goes Markovic. He's just going to be like, thank you guys. Thank you very much. Now, Klapzul did get a little bit of trouble in race 1 for some blue flag problems. Is it going to happen again? And again, it's Alessio DeBonis. So you got to think that DeBonis is got to be on the radio right now saying blue flag, blue flag, blue flag, because there were some problems, and oh, that's questionable. That's questionable from a behavior from a lapped car, as Klapzul really did kind of come down on DeBonis, and this is all playing into the hands of Matt Wheeler, who was losing ground hand over fist to DeBonis. He's now in trouble. He's now getting into the lead pretty far here. He's getting a gap back. There's still enough time that I don't think this is over, but Klapzul did buy him. And Klapzul actually going for the inside into bonus and forces him really wide. I don't know how the race stewards can ignore this at this point. This has been some pretty poor behavior from the BMW driver on blue flags. Like, the blue flags are out for him. He has to know that he's not racing DeBonis. He needs to let him through. And it looks like this finally going to happen here at turn 1, but that's a lot of time. Like, that, he was right on Wheeler's tail, and now you can see the gap between DeBonis and Wheeler. Wes Stokes still P3. Schwarry is trying to put some pressure on him in P4. Then it's Mike Mark. Carl Raggio, probably the fastest guy on the track, but has had a struggling day. Although, if you want to talk about struggles, we got to talk about Mike Magasevich here for a moment. 2 collisions with Klapzul, getting collected by Dule Markovic, getting bumped out by Wes Stokes. This is a hard-done man in 12th place. He has got to be fuming in that cockpit right now. just a terrible day for him. He started on the front row, and it's going to come to absolutely not. By the way, Dule Markovic falling down a lap here, but he is in the points. So look for Dule Markovic to get himself on the board. That's a big thing for the young driver from Serbia. He's had a lot of problems finding his pace here, finding that consistency, finding a lack of problems, and to see him up in the top 10 right now is truly gratifying. Good work by him. Had that accident with Tom Waz, hit Mike Magasevich. Not his fault. He was out of control at that point. Clap Zool is getting wiggly in the braking zone there again. It's becoming a bit hazardous to lap him at this point. DeBonis, yeah, you know what? Probably not getting the better end of the traffic here, but I would say Markovic behaved pretty appropriately there and lets him through. But still, traffic not favoring DeBonis. Just a lot of bad luck for the Italian driver here. Could have definitely won race 1, could have definitely won race 2, and he's gonna have to settle for a pair of second places, I think. Wes Stokes is still third. Ben Schwari is right up behind him. They've both gotten clear of Clap Zool. And let's see what they have. This is a race to the line. This is the final lap. I think Wheeler has got this in the bag for the victory. I think DeBonis is in second. I think third place is where it's not elementary, where it's not academic. I think Carl Raggio might actually have a chance at fifth place as well. So this is a great race down to the line. Stokes looks like he has this. I just don't. I mean, Schwarry's got the DRS. He may have a chance here to make something happen, but it doesn't look like he's going to. Wes Stokes is heading to the podium ahead of Ben Schwarry. Then it's Mike Mark who's going to take fifth place. You got to feel that after being on pole for race 1 that he thought he would have more than a fourth and a fifth place here. Raggio sixth. Seventh is going to be Jim Gill. He's pretty much alone. Rick Martel actually has caught him at the end of this race. I don't think enough to make the pass, but Martel, a good 8th place for him. Although pole for this race, probably he was hoping for a little more. Tom was probably not the happiest guy right now. He was 7 in race 1. He's 9th here again. He's had some accidents along the way. And the final points paying position will, in fact, go to the number 18 BMW of Dule Markovic. Good work from him. There's going to be some things in the race stewards room, I think, after this. But a good race. Good work by everybody. And we'll see everyone in Portimao for round 3.